What's up? What's up? Christian the musician is here. Just wanted to, double back again. I had some more stuff I wanted to talk about on another note, man. Just how I've been doing, man, with life and everything like that, man. The last video I just did was, just talking about the tape. The mixtape is out, 30 for 30, highlight reel. He's on fire. The link is in that description. You know what I mean? So check that out when you get a chance. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I went through a lot to get to this point, but here I am. Here I am, man. Um, God is good, man. God is so good. Let me tell you what happened. I I ended up going to my dream school. I went to my dream school and I finished. Set to graduate. Set to graduate, man. It was a yeah, yeah. Congratulations, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic because it was 2 years straight, 6 semesters, no breaks in between. Life was lifing. My personal life was going crazy, but I still fought hard to come up here every time I needed to. And yeah, by the grace of God, I went to my dream school, man, and I finished. I redeemed myself, and such a big deal. It's so overwhelming because I remember being in community college once upon a time, and I like y'all. Like I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like I almost flunked out of college. I was on academic probation, so to go from academic probation to now to like be on the honor roll and set to graduate, completed, got through all my courses, earned enough credits to now about to, it's nothing but the grace of God. It's like, oh my God, like you know, man, I just met the meteoric rise, if you will. It's enough to bring anybody to tears. Because if y'all knew what I've been through, man, and the fact that I got to this point, with all that was going on, bro, I had 2 jobs. It's like, how are you balancing going like having 2 jobs, and yet still going to school full time? Like that's crazy. Like, how are you doing that? And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like my juggling act, it was failing. Like I was not doing a good job, and it got to a point to where, by the grace of God, I was able to, really buckle down and get some time to do my schoolwork, get caught up on my assignments. But by the grace of God, I made it to this point, man. And yeah, yeah, man. It's just there's a lot of people that I started with that I didn't finish with, enrolled in the program, fresh faces. But as the semesters go on, people start to drop like flies. And the thing is, you never really know what happened to people. Like some people, they come off the grid completely, and it's just like, dang, I hope they're okay because, you stop seeing them in school and all of a sudden their Instagram don't work no more. And it's like, dang, man, I hope they're doing okay. But yeah, I'm evolving as an artist. My art is getting better. I'm singing more. Um, to close, it's funny to close out the semester, set to graduate and stuff like that. I probably literally like just before getting on live, I probably did one of my best songs performance wise because I was singing on this one. So I probably did one of my best performances, and I probably achieved one of my best mixes. Made one of my best songs. Because a great performance and a great mix, that makes the song. So it's just by the grace of God that I was able to do that, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I surprised myself. I keep surprising myself because I feel like the only person the only person that I'm in competition with is myself. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's crazy. Like, oh my God, like this is actually happening. This is this is actually happening. So I mean, I thank God, man. I really thank God for it. Like, there's no words that can explain that feeling, that feeling that I feel like There's no words can describe, you know, no words, no words, you know. Sorry, my teacher was just texting me. I was telling them about a song and they said they absolutely want to hear it. I'm just glad to be around. I'm just glad to have a support system like this, you know. Going to my dream school, I wanted to go to this school years ago, you know, but for whatever reason, my parents, they weren't able to get me into it, you know. But you know, shouts out to my parents, man. You know what I mean? But I had to wait years later. I had to wait years later, but it was all in God's plan because my dream school back then, like it wasn't accredited, you know what I mean? And you always want to go to a school that's accredited, you know, but they earn their accreditation years later. So, you know, um, yeah, you know, so sometimes you just gotta wait. You know, sometimes you may think you're ready, but you know, God, you know, a delay is not a denial. You know, God, He knows what He's doing. So I had to trust Him. I had to trust His plan. And lo and behold, like years later, you know, I'm able to go to my dream school by the grace of God, right? You know, things just worked out like that. You know, I had to get my own place, and you know, it's like okay, once you're not going off your parents' income, then FAFSA works a little differently. You know, so things were able to work in my favor by the grace of God. You know, my wife was there to support me. Love you, baby. You know what I mean? Um, I would say her name, but I just want to keep that private, you know, privacy reasons. But yeah, you know who you are. Uh, Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate you. But yeah, my wife, she was there the whole time for me. You know what I mean? Still with me through thick and thin, and I always love her for that. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to wifey. You know what I mean? But yeah, that happened, and yeah, by the grace of God, I was able to go to my dream school. You know, and it's just like, man, like it's just a wonderful feeling of like, oh my God, like it's this is it. This is it. So it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. But luckily, you know, I'll still have access to all the equipment. I'll still be able to come, you know, to come back here, you know, as an alumni, you know, which is awesome, you know, so I'll still be able to record in this high quality. Literally went from low fidelity to high fidelity, you know, and because I remember recording at the crib, you know, and but the thing was I didn't have an interface. I didn't have an interface. I was on Audacity, you know, humble beginnings, because that's where I got my start, you know. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know the correct way to record myself. You know what I mean? But I had to learn. I had to learn, man. You know, but things like that happen. You know, it's all good, man. Like it's all a part of the process. It's all a part of the process. So shouts out to all my supporters out there. Shouts out to the teachers. Appreciate all y'all, man. I really do appreciate y'all. You know, and to God be the glory, man. You know, until next time, man. Peace. You know, God bless. God bless. Just wanted to say that. So peace.